Thank you. Good evening. I'm Stephanie Murphy, and I represent Florida's 7th Congressional District in the U.S. House of Representatives. I'm honored to be here this evening as the National Endowment of Democracy presents awards to 4 organizations whose difficult and often dangerous mission is to promote human rights and human dignity inside North Korea and among North Korean refugees who have fled the country. Being here is personally important to me because I'm also a refugee. In the late 1970s, my parents faced persecution by communist government that had come into power in Vietnam. My brother was 8 years old, and I was just a baby at that time. And my parents worried about our futures. They didn't want their children to grow up under an oppressive government that didn't respect human rights. They didn't want us to live in a place where we couldn't be safe, where they wanted us to live in a place where we would have freedom and dignity and where we could have the opportunity for a better life. And they didn't think that was possible in Vietnam. And so my parents made the very difficult decision to flee Vietnam by boat. By attempting to escape, my parents took a tremendous risk. But they had decided that it was better for our family to die together in search of light than to live in darkness in Vietnam. My family was fortunate. We survived the journey with the help of the U.S. Navy, reached the safety of a Malaysian refugee camp, and ultimately made the passage to the United States, where we became proud citizens. I cherish the freedoms I have as an American, and yet I'm saddened that we're in the midst of a political moment in this country where too many public officials use language that dehumanizes immigrants, that casts suspicions on refugees, and that suggests that we're stepping back from our proud tradition of defending democratic values and human rights around the globe. And that's why I'm grateful to the organizations that we recognize tonight, whose mission is to fight for human dignity and human freedom for the North Korean people. The members of these organizations have devoted their lives to serving others. They bestow generosity and grace upon desperate people. They shine a light on the darkest parts of our world. And they fight for justice for millions of North Korean citizens who have only known oppression and deprivation. They refuse to let the world forget that these men, women, and children exist, that they have names, that they have hopes and dreams, and above all, that they matter. These organizations make a simple appeal to American officials like me. They ask us to remain faithful to our nation's founding creed, which is that every human being, wherever they live, is endowed with certain fundamental freedoms that no government has the right to deny. So tonight, I have the honor of awarding the 2018 Democracy Award to one of these remarkable organizations, the Citizens Alliance for North Korean Human Rights. Founded in Seoul in 1996, it is the world's oldest NGO devoted entirely to the advancement of North Korean human rights. Through its work organizing educational conferences and advocacy campaigns, the Citizens Alliance has exposed human rights violations in North Korea, amplified the voices of victims, and garnered international support for UN efforts to hold the North Korean government accountable for its actions. The organization also runs programs to educate and empower North Korean refugees who have resettled in South Korea. So please, join me in congratulating the Citizens Alliance and its chairman, Bum-Jin Park, for receiving this well-deserved award and for everything it does on behalf of the North Korean people.
Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. it's a very special honor for us to receive this Democracy Award for the second time. In 1999, the support from Carl Grossman and NED enabled us to advocate for the North Korean human rights in the international arena. It was a time of darkness for women, children, and political prisoners in North Korea. We began as a lone cry in the wilderness. Now it became a mighty thunder, echoing around the world in United Nations and the consciousness of humanity. Thank you all again for your enduring support. Thank you.